Hey, it's Joshwayy, and welcome to Drive. Hey, what's up? It's Joshwayy back here with another episode of Drive. Oh my gosh, we're here. It's happening, y'all. We are rolling. This is episode number 2. I appreciate everybody that tuned in for the pilot. The numero uno, the beginning, you know, that first push. And here we are. We're back, baby. We'll be rolling. And I appreciate you guys for tuning in. If you're tuning in right now, if you tuned into the first one, thank you so much. I appreciate all of you so much. All right, look, y'all, I'm gonna be real. I've been laughing so hard before I started this episode because I was just reminded of my favorite video of all time. And I need y'all to see this video because it's go ahead. Hold on. Here we go. Okay, look, this is a guy at his church, and he's trying to read Genesis 1, verse 1, and he's stuck on the first 3 words, in the beginning. If you've seen this, you already know what's about to go down, but if you haven't, oh my gosh.
Genesis 1, verse 1.
Verse 1.
In the beginning.
Oof.
In the beginning. Yeah.
Yeah. He said yeah.
In the listen properly. In the beginning. Yeah. In the beginning. In the beginning.
He looked off. He looked off to the side like he was gonna get help from something. He was like, you gonna help me? He said, in it. Bro, at any moment in my brain, no matter where I'm at, if I'm shopping, if I'm driving down the street, if I'm at a gig, in my head, I'm just thinking, in it, bening. I'm not making fun of my mans, but it's just hilarious. Okay. But yeah, like I was saying, I appreciate you guys. When I launched it on my birthday 2 weeks ago, I appreciate everyone saying, I'm proud of you, Josh. We got your back, Josh. You go, Josh, supporting me, sending me messages, reposting on their stories. I appreciate that so much. And even people were messaging me that touched my heart, because someone even messaged me about what they're going through right now currently, and that they're saying that they're taking it one day at a time. And that's what we're talking about today, because it's easy to get caught up in the whole, oh, I gotta be perfect every single day, or if I'm about to start this, this has to be perfect, or I don't think I'm ready to start this, or man, if I start that's a long journey ahead. Well, today we're breaking all that down, and we're talking about one day at a time. Okay, so I'm here. This is day 2, second day of recording for me, and like I touched on the first episode, my one day at a time came from just starting. For me, I overthink when I care about something. And I know a lot of you out there may be in the same way. Like when you really care about something, you want to make sure it's done right. You want to make sure that you hold yourself to a higher standard. You hold the situation or the job that you're going into, or the task that you're trying to create, or the video that you're trying to put out to a higher standard. And you don't give yourself that break of knowing that it may not be perfect, and that's okay. So for me, I used to do videos on Instagram on a regular basis, and they were called my midweek motivation videos. I used to launch them every single Wednesday. And before that, I had that idea to do those videos for about, I would say almost a year, which is insane to know that I stopped myself from posting things that would motivate people for a whole entire year. At that, like, what was I thinking? What was I doing? Because the moment I ripped that Band-Aid off, it didn't stop, which is what I'm going through right now with this podcast, actually, which is crazy because I also did the same thing for this podcast. But my overthinking process, because I care about you guys. And I know that's super cliche to say, that's that kind thing to say like, ooh, I want you to be my friend, love me. I believe in you. Nah, like for real though. I believe in you guys. That's the only reason why I'm even making this podcast. I want to motivate you guys. I want to remind you guys that you can do it, that you got the capability to do it, that you are worth doing it. Don't let anyone tell you that you can't. That's why I'm doing this. So that's what my motivational midweek motivation videos were all about. And I overthought it because I wanted to look perfect. I wanted the messages to be perfect. I wanted you guys to get the best version of what I can do. And that halted me from doing anything at all. And to be real, I guess it was fear. I never looked at it as being scared because I'm not like, I ain't afraid of nothing, but no, I'm kidding. But I'm not afraid of things in life. But I guess I am when it comes to things I care about for the people I care about. So I had the ideas. I was even writing ideas in my notes section. Whenever a random idea would come up, I wouldn't record anything. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna do it like this, and wouldn't record anything. Like, oh, I can do it over here, and wouldn't record anything. I would save other videos on social media that looked like how I would want it to format, and still wouldn't record anything. And it wasn't until one of my buddies, Jay, I believe, he dropped this nugget that changed me. And he said, do it afraid. That's a mic drop right there. Do it afraid. That's as real. And I can end the whole episode right there off of that message alone. Do it afraid. I can end this whole thing off of that. Because when you do something afraid, you're understanding that you're afraid. It's okay about how you're feeling, what you're processing, but it's not okay that you're not doing anything about it. So if you take off all that and to say, you know what, I'm just going to do it. Screw it. What the heck, you know? It is what it is. It's going to come out how it's going to come out. I'm just going to shoot this off into the world, and whatever happens, happens. And you know what happens? You did it. That's it. Now you can't, there's no excuse anymore of what if, because when you do it, the what if is gone because now you know. So now you're in that position of, what if I do it again? What if I do it again? What if I do it? Like what you keep that snowball keeps going. So it's crazy because when I was so scared of dropping those midweek motivational videos and I did the first one, I was like, what? I was that scared for a 58-second video? Wild. And from that day, I didn't miss a midweek motivational post for a year straight, which was my goal. And I obtained it. So if you want to go on my Instagram, DJ_Joshwayy, go look at my midweek motivational videos. A year straight. I was like, oh my goodness. And I didn't even think about it in the process because when I began and I took that fear off and just did it, I was just in it. I was focused on it. I was like, okay, this video might not have been perfect, but that could be for me. But the message in the video could be perfect for somebody else. And that's how I'm going to do this entire podcast. Yes, I have my ideas. I have the way I want to flow. I have how I want you guys to receive the message, but I can't control that. I can only control what I say, how I feel like I need to deliver it, and whoever it lands on, whoever hears it, whoever receives it, whoever sees it, if they grasp it, they grasp it. And my motto that helped me get through that first initial year was at least one person needs to hear it. And I wasn't hooked on the likes. I wasn't hooked on the follows. I wasn't hooked on how many people viewed it. I know that one person that was going to hear it needed to hear it. So if every single video will have one view, one like, and one comment, and that person's life was getting better, I did my job. And I feel like a lot of you may need to hear that because the burden that we live in with the social media age of everything, like, hey, I got 15K followers, yeah, my TikTok going crazy. My last video did 20,000. I get it. It's exciting. It's that exhilaration, that rush is lit. Like, don't get me wrong. But at the same time, if you live with that only being your end goal, that's how you burn out. Because the moment you start seeing your videos aren't doing that, or whatever you're putting out isn't doing those numbers that you wish that you saw, you feel defeated. That's where your fire starts to go out, because you lit your candle on something that can quickly fade. But if you light your candle on something within yourself, you're the only person that can put it out. So how are you going to light your fire this week? How are you going to light your fire tomorrow? How are you going to light your fire right now as you're listening to this? How are you going to do that? What's going to be your why? Whether you're a mom and work is crazy, your kid's crazy. I was a crazy kid, not going to lie. And you maybe want to start a fitness journey. What's your why? Is it so you can have a longer life with your kids? A healthier life with your kids? Your husband? Your family? Is it to prove to your younger self that you can do it? Is it to prove to other people that have doubted you that you can do it? If you're that athlete, are you going to practice that 1 extra hour? Get that extra rep in the gym? Those extra reps out on the field, out on the track? If you're in the office and you know your deadline's coming up, but you're tired, are you still going to push anyways? How are you going to light your fire right now in this moment? I told you, we're doing this together. This is a process together. So how am I going to light my fire? I have a lot of travels coming up. So right now, reminding myself that I need to record another 2 episodes this week. And I'm writing this down right here in my notes. We doing this together, y'all. I told you it's a process together. And my openness and vulnerability is going to help us all grow. So 2 more episodes by Friday. Light my fire, because I'm not going to allow myself being out of the country in Guatemala. Ooh, Guatemala's going to be amazing, by the way. Allow me being out of the country to stop what I've started, to stop what I'm building, and to stop reaching out to you and whoever's going to hear the episodes that may impact them and change the path that they're on to better themselves, to better their future, to better their family. Because if you take whatever you do one day at a time, all it takes is one day, one moment. I'm trying to tell you, like, I'm getting excited saying that because it's so real. We focus so much on the end goal, which is amazing. Don't get me wrong. The end goal helps motivate you and push you in those times you're like, oh my gosh. But if you focus on one day at a time, and not like, oh, I have to do this all over again tomorrow, and then the next day, and then the next. No, that's going to burn you out, and it's going to put you in a shell, in a bubble. But if you focus on your one day at a time, one moment at a time, and let's do it right now. Right now. And then when it's tomorrow, don't think about the next day. Just do it in that moment, one day at a time. And when you look up, you're like, what? I've never worked out this hard in my life, or this consistently in my life. I haven't made so much content like this in my life. I haven't made so much more ground in my career in my life. And I can say that because I lived that. I was in that shell of being in fear of perfection, being in fear of what if, being in fear of what if no one likes it, being in fear of what if it fails. I was in that, and I did nothing for a year until I decided to do something for one day, one post. And that turned into a year. So what's your year going to look like? What's your next month going to look like? What's this week going to look like? Because another thing that motivated me in the process is that you never know who's watching you. Not as in like videos, but as in life. People are always watching you. Some people Sad to say, watching to see if you fail, see if you mess up. But some people are watching you to be encouraged. Some people are watching you just to see what you do. So what if that person that you don't even know is watching you sees you do it one day at a time? You get better, and do more and more. And that changes their life. That's one of the best things that you can ever know, because your life always impacts other people's lives. And you got to realize that and know that. And it's a beautiful thing. That's not something to add pressure, because it's not pressure to do it for those people. But it's the joy to know that someone's life is changing because you're changing your life one day at a time. So whether you started things before and fell off, whether you have these ideas that you've never acted on, do it. Write down an action plan. Go to ChatGPT. Look, I'm a ChatGPT advocate, yo. Like, I love that website. It's okay. If you don't know what ChatGPT is, basically it's artificial intelligence, aka AI, and it's been booming. You can type anything into there, and it will help you with a step-by-step process. People have written books over a weekend and uploaded to Amazon over a weekend. What? You can start a fitness program saying, hey, I'm this old, this height, this weight, and I want to be this, boom, boom, and I want to look like boom, boom, boom. And it's going to say, do this, bam, like boop, 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 like immediately though. It'll tell you your action steps. It'll help you write out, I don't even know what to call it, descriptions of videos that you're trying to put out. It's going to give you video ideas. You literally say, hey, I need 50 video ideas on how to chew gum properly. I don't know. I'm making up stuff, but you get my point. It is a great tool. A lot of people say, oh, it's robots. Robots is ending the world. It's not, bruh. It's okay. People said the same thing about crypto. People said the same thing about, my bad. People said the same thing when the internet came out. He was like, oh no, internet. Whoa, the world's ending. No, it's not, bro. Artificial intelligence is changing people's lives. It's bettering people's lives. I'm not saying it's gonna be perfect. You never know. We can turn into some crazy world where robots start running the universe. I get it. It can happen. I don't know. It can happen. But right now, I'm taking advantage of what's here, and it's changing people's lives. It's making things easier. It's helping people actually do things afraid because they have so much information. Like, hand it to them. It'll do. That's almost 75% of the work. If you think about it, if you want to start a meal prep program, say, hey, I'm going to make these many meals for this many weeks with this many calories. Boom. It'll literally immediately give you a meal prep program. And guess what? There you go. Sally's meal preps. Upload to Instagram. Make your money, Sally. Make that money. Make that money. It's there. And take that for free. Free nugget. ChatGPT. Free nugget. So do it afraid. One day at a time. One step at a time. One moment at a time. What I've been doing recently that's been amazing for me, which is crazy because I don't do it on a consistent basis, is I make a daily task list now. I've been making task lists for the past 3 days, and I have been so productive. It's insane. But I literally don't make task lists ever. Before this past week of making task lists, the last time I probably made task lists was 2 months ago, but that probably lasted for like 2 days. Then before that, probably a couple months before that, which is insane. Because if I made a task list, which is what I'm trying to do right now, like I said, the last 3 days, I've been kicking butt. If I make those every single day, oh my goodness, I could be so productive and get so much further in so many different areas of my life. So if you see my video and stuff like that, be like, hey, yo, Josh, don't forget task list. Just drop it. Just drop a comment. Send me a message. Send me a DM. I remind me, because like I said, we're doing this together. I'm here to encourage you, help you, direct you, see you on the right path, see you on a better path, help you do better. But we're in this together, so help your boy out. I need task lists because task lists change my life and my productivity exponentially. And if you need that as a tool, do it. Like, I'm trying to tell you, like, I don't let myself go to sleep until I do everything on the task list. Your task list doesn't have to be that deep. It don't have to be. It's just a matter of writing it out and being able to say, I did that. Check. Oop, did that. Check. Did that. Check. Did that. Check. Next thing you know, you're like, I just did so much stuff and it's only been an hour and a half. You could, like, I'm trying to tell you, I will do so much stuff in an hour and a half that I didn't do in like 3 days combined previously without having a task list. So that's another practical tool that you can use for yourself. Whether it's wake up, read. You write your tasks the night before. You put read, drink a gallon of water, cook breakfast, write out your breakfast if you have to. You know what I mean? Then boom, write your list the night before. Go to sleep. You wake up. You just knock it off. All right, I did that. Check. Did that. Check. Did that. Check. Did that. Check. And watch how productive you can be. The things that you knock out. But it's also not to beat yourself up if you aren't able to tackle everything either. That's not a tool to beat yourself up, because a lot of times we can beat ourselves up like, oh, I forgot to do that, or oh, I don't have time to do that. You don't have to beat yourself up. That's not the point. The point is to help you do better. So beating yourself up won't make anything better for yourself, but you like, okay, I didn't do this and that. So, oh, I did all these things. Cool. Let me take these two, put it on my task list for tomorrow, along with boom, boom, boom. And then you knock those things out. When you get a consistent path of doing that, you're like, oh my gosh, I'm rolling. They see me rolling. They hey. Like, it'll be amazing. You could take your work to the next level, your body to the next level, your health to the next level, your mental capacity to the next level. Your task list could be reaching out to your parents, reaching out to your friends, reaching out for someone that you want to be your mentor, reach out to someone that you know is probably watching this and build them up. You can put anything on your task list as long as it's making your life better and putting your life in the direction and path that you want it to be on. Put it on there. Trust me, you won't regret it, and you'll feel so much better about yourself, about your day, about your time. Just when you're able to just check it off and be like, wow, I did that, and that, and that, and that. And don't plan too much either, because when you over plan, sometimes that halts you as well. Because I am an over planner sometimes. When my list in the beginning used to look like 1, 2, 3. But in those 1, 2, 3, there were so many things. There was no way I can do all those things in one day. Like, in one day, I had post new podcast video. Bruh, you know what goes into that? I have to, one, make sure I have all my ideas laid out. Make sure I have all my topics in order. Record it at the right time of day, which is usually at night. Upload it. This is 4K. You know how long it takes to upload 10 minutes of video, bro? I'm sitting here for 30 minutes. And then I gotta edit it, make sure the audio's good. And that was just one thing. So what I did was, I'm like, all right, I'm not doing that anymore. I'm one day, get all my ideas together. Next day, write the script. Next day, film. Next day, edit and upload. Boom. But that was along with other things throughout my day. So you don't put too much on your plate, because that's when you go into that cycle of, I didn't do that, I didn't do this. Give yourself some space to breathe. Give yourself room to relax, and give yourself room to be productive. Not to be a busybody, but productive to make your life better and more fulfilled. And that's all I want for all of you guys that are listening to this, all of you that are watching this right now, is to have a more fulfilled life. And speaking of fulfilled life, this episode is sponsored by, no, okay, it's not sponsored by, but do you guys see how many gift cards Look, IHOP, I'm going to be real with you. You need to talk to your boy. This is only 6 gift cards. If you knew how many gift cards I have, like actually on deck, ready to use, I have at least 20 gift cards right now. It's crazy. All because people show me love on my birthday. And people know that pancakes are the only way to live your life. So yeah, I wish this episode was sponsored by IHOP, but soon enough it will be. Hold me to it, and remember this episode, remember this clip, coming soon, IHOP sponsorship for Joshwayy. But yeah, one day at a time. That's what this video is all about. That's what today's podcast is all about. Give yourself credit. Allow yourself to breathe. Allow yourself to be productive. And do it afraid. I got your back. I'm in your corner. If you have questions, if you need guidance, if you need help, holler at me. Send me a message, send me a DM, send me an email, drop a comment in the video. Because we're doing this together. This isn't a video or audio that's just going up and just that's it. This is going to be interactive. I'll gladly read your comments. If you have shout outs, be like, hey, this has happened since then. I've been doing this for this many days. Or I fell off, but I'm back on it again, Josh. I want to hear all of that. And I'm going to be doing the same. That's what I'm doing in these videos. We're keeping up together. Like, you're with me from the grassroots day one. So as I'm dropping every episode, that's me being consistent. So I'm holding you accountable as much as you're holding me accountable. Yell at me. Every day, I don't care. You be like, all right, Josh, 13 days until the next episode. I'm waiting on it. 10 days until the next episode. I'm waiting on it. 5 days until the next episode. I'm waiting on it, Josh. Do that. Hold me accountable. Come at me. Because that's the only way that we're going to be better. Iron sharpening iron. But as I always say, we're going to do this together because life's better when we do life together. So I appreciate all of you for tuning in to Drive. I'm your host, Joshwayy. Have an amazing week this week. Have an amazing day. And have an amazing moment as you take it one day at a time. I'm your host, Joshwayy. Joshwayy out. See ya! Hey!